Jag from Jaggy Sports again, and you guys heard of Woj bombs, but have you heard of Perk bombs? And the reason why I'm saying this is because Perk just released a bomb, and it's clearly not getting the attention that it does when Woj announces a bomb or Shams. But Perk pretty much said he's heard that James Harden wants to play with Joel Embiid. Is this true? Because James Harden is frustrated. And he has every right to be frustrated. Now, Kendrick Perkins basically saying that James Harden's camp was telling people in Philadelphia that he wants to play with Joel Embiid next year. He didn't sign his contract. Here's a clip from Kendrick Perkins on the All the Smoke podcast.
This is real life. This is not rumors, okay? No matter how much he may try to deny it. I think Philly want to win. I know they're not going to win a championship unless they make a big move. But I think they're thinking more so about next season. I'm going to just give you hints and you can figure it out. But James Harden didn't sign his contract extension. All right? He didn't sign it. He was supposed to sign it. He was supposed to go KD, Kyrie, James Harden. Didn't happen. All right? So he didn't sign it. Now James Harden camp is telling people in Philly, we want to come play with Embiid next year. This ain't no lie, this facts. But then he telling the Brooklyn Nets, the ownership group different. See what I'm saying?
You drop a Perk bomb?
Yeah, somewhat. And I ain't told nobody this shit. But this is happening in real life. You goddamn right, I got to give all the smoke.
Do you feel like James Harden's frustrations are justified?
Yes, they are. What I will say is you do have an obligation to tell the truth if you're going to talk to the press and say what he said. The reality of the situation is James Harden, we can point to a plethora of things in the past that you didn't say that were reported that ended up being true. The departure of Chris Paul, the departure of Dwight Howard, the departure of Russell Westbrook. You know what I mean? I love James Harden, but there are a plethora of instances that people can point to where you didn't tell the media a damn thing. The reports came out, and it ended up being exactly what was speculated about. So let's get that out the way. But I'm gonna tell you, Jay Williams.
Let me guess where you're gonna go.
No, don't guess. Just stay there and take it, because your turn is coming. I want to break it down to you, Jay Williams.
All ears.
Okay, because you're my brother. You see what's really going on, right, is that James Harden came to Brooklyn, and he realized they should have went to the Knicks. That's what they realized. What I mean by that, Jay, I'm not talking about, let me be very clear. You got me, all right? I'm in the process of losing a bet to you where I'm going to have to buy you a Tom Ford suit. I mean, it's not looking good for me right now. I'll openly confess that, Jay. I'll openly confess that.
How many Tom Ford suits are you buying these days? It seems like a lot. You're losing a lot of bets.
No. I got a few other suits, Brioni and some others too, but don't worry about it. Stay tuned.
Please don't digress.
All right, I don't want to digress. She distracted me. But the point is this, Jay. I'm not saying like the Knicks is presently constructed. And I'm talking about from a fan perspective. You see, what people don't realize behind the scenes is that my brother Jay, who sits here, he's usually smiling, Molly, until he comes on First Take. And you know why he's not smiling when he comes on First Take? Because he usually went to a Brooklyn Nets game before the night before. And when he goes to that game, and he hears those crowds, serenading about the other team, but not the Brooklyn Nets. And he sits there.
It bothers me. It bothers me.
Jay, because Jay knows, and see, this is the thing. You are absolutely right. The Knicks can't shine the Nets' shoes from a talent perspective. I know that. But you see, when the New York Knicks win a playoff game, not even a series, fans are like, yo, we won a damn championship. James Harden, not even the fans. I don't even have to get to the fans. James Harden's like, I'm frustrated, we lose it. Yo, bro, they 9 games over 500. They're top 3 seed in the East. And he talked about losing. You know why? Because that's how it feels. Because in Brooklyn, what happens is the Barclays Center crowd, first of all, they ain't all Brooklyn Nets fans. They come to watch the other team, half of them. Half of them there for the Nets. The other half is for the visiting team. And then when you leave the Barclays Center, all you see is traffic on Atlantic Avenue. There's There's no real interest. Okay? You got KD, maybe the best player in the world. You got James Harden, big time. You got Kyrie Irving, box office, spectacular. Okay? You walk through the turnstiles to see a brother like that play. And guess what? You're having a hard time finding interest outside of the Barclays Center. That is what has hit Harden. And he's going like this. I left Houston. By the way, a state with no state income tax. That's very important to add. I left Houston for this?
Molly.
That's what's
You
going on.
don't come here in a bad mood because of the
what's going on.
Nets. We know why you come here in a bad mood.
That's what it is.
Yes,
He
because
knows.
you're always smiling when you see me.
He
We're
knows.
cool.
He
The
knows.
crowd
We're great.
comes when he looks that way.
We're
It's
talking
like
about life and
it's
Spanish lessons
smile.
outside.
That's
He
right.
comes
That's
in.
right. That's
We're
right.
working
The
on being
energy
the
just
best version
changes.
of ourselves.
That's what
then
it is.
you come and
Jay
people,
don't tell the truth.
people get angry.
A couple of things.
He
Let me,
knows
just
the-
let me prioritize a couple of things.
Go
Number one, you're going to stop embarrassing yourself
Why?
in front of the world.
Why?
And putting the Knicks and the Nets in the same damn
But I
sentence.
didn't. I didn't.
But you do.
I didn't.
You do a lot.
I didn't.
And by the
I
way,
didn't.
they're not.
No, they're not.
You know
They're
why?
not.
You know
They're
why?
not.
Yeah,
They're
they're
not.
not. So
But the
let's
fans
stop
are.
doing
But
it.
the fans are.
No, the
The
fans
fans are.
aren't.
The fan base is.
Well, I'm not talking about
The fan base is. I am.
You know what?
I am.
You know what brings
I am.
fans?
That's right.
Getting to championship games or
Actually-
getting close,
Actually,
or their
that's-
performance
actually-
on the court.
Actually, the Nets are disproving that thing. That theory. I mean, there's more fans. There's more Knicks fans than there's Nets fans.
First off,
I mean, it ain't even close.
let me ask you a question.
Go
about
ahead.
it. To go back to James Harden being frustrated.
Sure.
Okay. We're coming off, today is the 2-year anniversary of Kobe.
Yes.
You know, when I think about Kobe, I think about standard of excellence.
Yeah.
So for some marginal teams, for some marginal people, they might think, oh, he's frustrated because of the fans. But I'm actually frustrated because we should be number 1 in the East. We should be playing better basketball right now.
Really? Is that right?
Even though I have a 30-point triple-double,
Is that right?
you know what? I expect to win these type of games. And you know what? Even though there's drama, you can lip your lips all you want. I got some chapstick for you. You need it? Here, use
no,
that.
don't share it.
Okay?
You know what? I don't
Just use your
share it.
finger.
Guys,
Okay, well,
don't share it.
give him
That's
a
cool.
cotton swab or
That's
something.
kinda
You need it, but
nasty.
you
That's
get a
kinda
lot of
nasty.
licking there.
That's
I don't need all the
kinda
licking. Anyway, what I'm getting back to, my point,
Right.
is that because James Harden should be frustrated because he came here to win. Last year, when they were down, when they're up 2-1 against Milwaukee, after Kyrie gets hurt, he comes back and he still had a chance to win.
Yes.
Who won the World Championship last year or
Milwaukee.
the NBA Championship? Milwaukee.
Yes.
Okay. Who was a shot away from beating Milwaukee without James Harden
That's right.
pretty much being on the court and
right.
Kyrie?
Yes. KD?
KD.
That's right.
So, yes, I am allowed to be frustrated
Right.
when I want to achieve the ultimate success. Your second thing about telling the truth.
Okay.
That's an interesting comment. You know why?
Yeah.
Why do I want to tell the media the damn truth? I don't owe nothing to y'all. I don't have to tell you exactly
Hold on.
what I'm feeling. I don't have to tell
That
you
y'all
exactly
would
what
be
I'm going.
you too.
Oh, I'm part
You
of
in the
it.
media?
I don't expect it.
Don't absolve yourself.
You're speaking like as Harden.
Yeah.
I don't need to
Okay.
tell you all.
I don't need
Yeah.
to get. I don't need to get into my
You should've
emotional
said us.
bag.
Well,
Yes,
go ahead.
us.
Yes.
Sorry,
Right.
us. Does that make you feel better?
That does make me feel better.
Us. I
That does
don't
make me
owe
feel better.
us anything.
Okay.
Why do I need to tell you if I don't like living in Brooklyn? I'm here to play ball, man.
Yeah.
I'm a hooper.
Yes, he is.
If I
He
win
is.
a championship,
Right.
this all take care of itself. You know why?
Mm-hmm.
You don't give me $80 million more. My situation may change with Kyrie.
Right.
I have Kevin Durant, and we will continue to do what we do, which is hooping. Stephen A., this has nothing to do with the damn Knicks, with fans. This has to do with a standard of excellence
Right.
that not a lot of people apparently have.
So, do you guys agree that the rumor is true? James Harden wants to play with Joel Embiid because James Harden is frustrated. I think it's 100% true because, like I said yesterday, when somebody asked him a question, have you called Kyrie? Have you been in contact with Kyrie? If you're trying to like actually put it out there, saying basically the media, you don't want the media to leak into the locker room and whatnot, kind of thing, and basically you want to put out the fire, put out the media fire, and so it doesn't affect your locker room, doesn't affect your team. You would have done so, but he flat out said no. And at the end of the day, I think James Harden is a straight shooter. He cannot lie. James Harden is frustrated. James Harden wants to play with Joel Embiid, and James Harden will join Philadelphia 76ers this July. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, tell me what you guys think. Will James Harden go to Philadelphia in the offseason? Only time will tell.